When we think about the shofar, we think about a ram's horn, and that's what it is. But it's a hollow that makes no noise until we put something of ourselves into it. Now, what does the shofar remind us of? Well, the rabbis teach us it reminds us of many things, to include going all the way back to the time of creation. So let's talk about other things that the shofar reminds us of. It reminds us of Akedat Yitzchak, the binding of Isaac. Because what was it that Hashem commanded Abraham to sacrifice instead of his only son Yitzchak? It was a ram caught in the thicket. And so this ram's horn reminds us of the very origins of our people. When we exodused Egypt, the shofar was used to announce the movement of the camps and the different tribes. In battle, the shofar was used to let troops know when the next phase of the attack would be, or when the next movement of troops would be. But on Rosh Hashanah, it takes on a very special meaning, because the shofar is a symbol that when we are listening and we hear the sound of the shofar, we awaken from our slumber of having lived an entire year, perhaps without thinking about how we could do better each day. But now Rosh Hashanah is upon us, and in the month of Elul, we blow the shofar during the morning services to begin the process of waking us up. Now the shofar notes are 3 very distinctive ones, and 4 if you count the Tekiah Gedolah. Now, they have certain lengths and certain meanings in order to be kosher. So let's talk about that. Tekiah is the first note, and it is the long, unbroken note. This is meant to tell us and remind us, Shema, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Then Shevarim are 3 notes in a row, which really is the Tekiah broken into thirds. Why is the Shevarim so important? Because we are not perfect. We are not like Hashem. We are not one with God. We are not one with the universe. We're doing our best every day, but we're all works in progress, and we make mistakes, and we sin. And when we do that, we are broken. We have broken our connection with Hashem, with God. And then Teruah is 9 notes, quick notes. Da, 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 da. Why? Because when we realize, Shevarim, that we are broken, that we have sinned, that we have separated ourselves from God, we are fearful and we tremble. Da, 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 da. But every set of notes on Rosh Hashanah ends with a Tekiah. Why? Because we must remember that God is there to forgive us always. And that by doing teshuvah, by repenting and returning to God's ways, we are made whole again. Now the Tekiah Gedolah is meant to be 3 times the length of a Tekiah. And that's it, to be kosher. So what I would encourage us to do is listen with our hearts and our souls and everything we've got to really hear the shofar, to listen for the silences between the notes, to understand and appreciate what it means to awaken and to hearken to the sound of the shofar. And let's avoid this tendency we have to time the Tekiah Gedolah, or if there are two shofar blowers to compare one to the other. It's not a contest. The goal of the Tekiah Gedolah is to be 3 times the length of the Tekiah. That is all. But most shofar blowers pour themselves into the shofar to give everything that we have to Hashem. Because everything we have is from Hashem. And when we remember this, we are on our way to becoming whole and reconnecting once again with Hashem. May you and yours have an awesome, good, and sweet new year filled with good health, happiness, peace, light, and love. And now I will demonstrate the shofar notes. First, Tekiah. Tekiah. Shavarim. Tekiah. Tekiah. Teruah. Tekiah. Tekiah. Shavarim. Teruah. Tekiah. Tekiah Gedolah. L'shana tova mituka.